Hey, you, and welcome to A Positive Thought, Day 5. Wow. I created this daily podcast because life is hard and it's actually impossible to be positive all the time. But, I'm trying to give us a little hope, trying to help us stop, reflect, and have moments of gratitude, even when those moments are teeny tiny, just saying like, I'm glad I didn't slap that trick. Sometimes that's all you can give it. We're all a work in progress. This is just a reminder from your favorite non-professional. Yes, Candice only has a college degree, okay? A bachelor's. I'm your host, Candice B, and today's thought is, you are not defined by your bad days. Sometimes I think about the fact that a lot of people probably have a bad impression of me. Think about how many people we see in our regular life. When we're at the grocery store, walking down the street, or at the gym, I think about how someone might have seen me fussing at my man and thought, damn, she's a bitch, without even knowing why I was upset, or if someone saw me drop something without realizing it and thinks I'm terrible for the environment. Or how many people actually caught me having one of those bad days where I look hella mean, in addition to my normal resting bitch face, mind you. Those days where I'm short with people, or roll my eyes, or rush around without saying excuse me. I want to pretend like I've never been that person or that I'll never be that person again, but let's be real. We all have bad days. It could be a day where you found out bad news, or a day where you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Maybe it's a day where you made a genuine mistake that happens to screw over someone else or make someone else's day harder. And worst of all, it could be a day where you know you're being terrible, but you do it anyway. It happens. The important thing to remember is that it's just one day. It doesn't define you. It doesn't mean you're horrible. It means you had a bad day. You need to acknowledge the role you play in those days, especially if you're just being terrible, because you kind of can't make a habit of that, because then you are just terrible. Sorry, but you are, and that's another conversation. If you're just having a bad day though, take some time to yourself. Get away from people if you can. Do like I always say and take some deep breaths while remembering that you are not defined by that day or that moment. Forgive yourself for not being as strong as you think you should or as perfect as you think you can be. Don't let the bad thoughts and bad self-talk creep in. You aren't worthless and you aren't terrible. You're just a human living a human existence. You are defined by your habits, by the way you treat people most of the time, by the way your friends always know they can count on you, by the way your family loves you. Remember that today is a bad day, but you don't have a bad life. Or maybe think about how you were having a bad day, and now that you realize it, you're going to turn it around. We always say that tomorrow is a fresh start, and it is, but a fresh start can also be right now. You decide. Let me know what you decided on Twitter or Instagram at PositivePodHQ, and please share this podcast with at least one person who you think needs to hear it, because I would appreciate that so much. Until tomorrow, that's today's positive thought.